Lola Vinyo Sangye Rubarasho Sangye Choda Soke Chonamla Chanju Padu Dani Dage Jinzo Yebe Sonamge Lola Vinyo Sangye Rubarasho Sangye Choda Soke Chonamla Chanju Padu Dani Gyasoche Dage Jinzo Yebe Sonam Lola Vinyo Sangye Rubarasho I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, and the accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha, and the accumulations of practice of giving and so forth. May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum desham dathagato yavatat esham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashamane swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashamanaye swaha. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato yavatat tesham chayo nirodha evam vati mahashramanaye swaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are all but in Tathagata, the sufficient causes as well as from the grace here. Okay, so we'll have a short class today. So this morning what we're talking about is subjectivity and three layers of subjectivity. And of course the subjectivity has many layers, so it's not just three. But these three are the major things which are more studied, practiced to curtail our emotions. In this connection, we're talking about the ultimate analysis and conventional analysis, and I'm very happy to see that the P.L.E. Banerjee, Shundin La, she came up with this drawing of Aravluteshvara, all with dots, not sketch, but with dots. So if you look very closely, you see just the dots. And Aravluteshvara being the sketch disappears. From distance, you see Aravluteshvara. That is ultimate analysis. When you come too close, it's just the dots. Aravluteshvara painting is not, the drawing is not there. Is the ultimate analysis. You're getting it? This is beautiful. And Tin Shundala, when did you take part in the retreat, the first retreat? Which year was that?
That was in 2016.
2016. The P.L.E. Tin Shundala came to Root Institute. We had the meeting, we had the teachings there, Bodhicitta retreat. And then she learned about emptiness, ultimate conventional analysis. So that inspired her with this paint, this sketch, this drawing. So, yeah, it would be wonderful if you can get a copy, ask for a copy from her. And then you can use this, ultimate analysis, conventional analysis. That's wonderful, it's amazing. Okay. So this is so important. Now we look at the same object, through two analyses, we see two different things. So one is seen by the ultimate analysis. Valid ultimate analysis is known as, what happened? The lunch must be very heavy. Ultimate truth. And the same object seen by the valid conventional analysis known as conventional truth. It's talking about the same object, but it's seen in two different ways. In other words, that form, okay, the form is empty, and emptiness is form. And are there two different objects there? No, there is no two different objects there. It's the same object, but manifesting two different forms, which means that from the object there's nothing there. It's just how you see that. That's it. So likewise, okay, likewise, each one of us look at somebody next to you. Look at somebody who's next to you. Okay, many of you are smiling, right? I didn't tell you to smile. I just asked you to look at the other person. Okay, look at the other person. Still you are smiling. Okay, thank you. Okay, look. Now, close your eyes. Think of the same person who made you smile. Think of the same person who made you smile. Okay, good. Now come out. I'm glad that nobody smiles now. If you smiled, right, something is wrong with you. You have to go to mental hospital. You're getting it? Now tell me, why in the first case, when you look at the other person, invariably the smile came. While in the second case, you are thinking of the same person, no smile came. Why? Raise hands. Raise hands. Raise hands.
Because in the first case, the person seems to be objectively real, and when I close my eyes and think of the same person, I know that it's my mind. It's in my mind. It's subjective.
Rojni.
Yes.
How many agree with Rojni? Raise hands. When I see the person, I see the person so object real. So if I don't smile, the person will be unhappy. Whereas when I think, I know that it's coming from my mind. I don't have to smile. I don't have to make that person happy. Right? I don't have to smile. It's coming from my mind. I know that. It's subjective. So when you know that it's subjective, there's a calmness there. When you see it as object real, then you are tossed into emotions. You're getting it? Okay. And of course, there are very complicated questions at the end. What about your compassion? Room for compassion. You're getting it? Same. Oh, if why should I feel compassion towards the other people, the animals, other sentient beings? Why? They're all projections in my mind. If I know they're all coming from my subject, then I will not have emotional compassion towards them. All these questions are there. If you get time, I'll be happy to address these. But in your group discussions, you can discuss, but don't spend too much time on this, because unless somebody can address this answer well, it can make you throw you more deeper into confusion. You're getting it? So the best thing is, don't discuss too much on this part. You can discuss. And if we get time, I'll be very happy to address this in the class. Okay, who's going to remind me? Who's going to remind me? Nobody wants to remind. No one. Raise hands. 1, 2. I need another one. That's it. No. Nobody wants to ask this question again. Remind me.
I volunteered to remind you of something else. That's
Okay.
why I don't.
Yes. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yes. 3. Good. So this is so important because the ultimate analysis, conventional analysis. You're getting it? And with this in mind, see with ultimate analysis, the object that you analyze, you end up seeing. Okay. By the way, this is very important. We talk about subjectivity as opposed to objectivity, and then what? Conventional as opposed to ultimate, and then dependent as opposed to independent, deceptive as opposed to truly, relative Relatively as opposed to absolute. Okay, so these facts, these are so precious. And in the monastic universities, yes, the monks, nuns, they learn these, but they don't learn like this, package, for you to learn very easy, no? In that how I came to all these things, all many years, what I learned, I put them together, meant to put them together, this is how I put them together. You don't find one book which says that this. Packages, you will not find it. You getting it? Okay. So, these are so precious. Learn this, and this will learn and remember these points well, and then try to relate this to your real life. It will be very helpful. Good. Okay. The next part that I'd like to also share with you is the conventional as opposed to ultimate. You're getting it? Subjective. What do you understand by subjective? Something coming from your subject, from your mind. You're getting it? Something coming from the mind. Now conventional. Conventional, subjective, these are all synonymous. Conventional, what are the synonyms? Conventional, subjective, deceptive, relative, dependent, they're all synonymous, they're all synonyms, you're getting it? So now we are doing with the conventional. And once you know that, then later on it's your job to see how these five are synonyms. You're getting it? Not just like, oh, they are synonyms. Instead of that, experientially, do you feel that these are synonymous? Of course, it'll take time. It's not that, okay, these are synonyms, I'll think about it, and then one day, in maybe 1 week. No, it'll take years and years to feel that they are really synonymous. Okay, convention. The first time I was struck with this concept convention was when I was age 15 or 16. I was in school in physics class, and my teacher said that electricity, you are learning about electricity. Electricity, there are two poles, positive and negative. And I was so curious. Yes, I see that with all the electric wires, there are two wires always going there. Sometimes three, otherwise two is always there. Today I'm going to learn which is one is positive, one is negative, which is positive, one is negative. I'm so curious. I'm waiting for the teacher to say which is and how to distinguish this. I was so curious. He said that one is positive, one is negative. It is purely conventional. There's nothing to say that this is positive, this is negative. No, it's purely conventional. It just shattered something from deep inside me, because that this young boy, he was from past many lifetimes, all of us, past many lifetimes, we are so ingrained with the belief that things exist objectively. You're getting objective means nothing to do with your mind. It's all from the object. Okay, this flower, this is not flower. This is the painting, this is the drawing, this is not drawing. So like this, it's from the object, clarity is there, or something, the solidification is there in a mind. For the first time, it shattered my mind. It's something, I felt so uneasy inside, disturbed. And later on, when I joined the Institute of Buddhist Dialectics, then it's talking about there's nothing really from the object, it's all coming from the subject. Then I realized, wow, this is amazing. Okay, let's say, how many drive cars, residents? Okay, and they say, which lane is correct? Where should drive? Right lane or left lane? I'm asking you. I'm not asking the world.
Depending upon the...
I'm asking you. Where are you?
India left.
Tell me. Right or left? On the left. On the left. If you drive to the if you drive to the right, what's the problem? Penalty. Penalty, right? Penalty meaning you're on the wrong lane. Who decides? The road says, hey, you are on the wrong lane, you will be put to penalty. Road says, Road will not say this. Road is the object. Object will not tell you that you're on the wrong lane. You're getting it? Then who tells you that you're on the wrong lane? How do you know it's wrong lane? Why it is on the wrong lane if you drive on the right? Why? In India,
Convention.
Convention law.
it's pure convention. Okay, particularly the young ones. It's pure convention. What do you mean by convention? Huh? Man-made. What do you mean by man-made? The car? Huh? Rules. Rules made by the men. How do you know that these are made by the men? Made by the people. How do you know that? Huh? Okay, let's say the car came to India, the first car came to India which year? Any idea? Young ones, they're so fast in Google, search in Google. Right? If you have your mobile, not allowed, right? Okay, some way, I think in the, what is that? In Serbia, I think it was in 1847 or that, there. So maybe in India around the same time, let's say 1850, let's say. 1850, the first car came to India. Okay, so that car, should it drive on the left or the right? Which lane? Think.
There were no rules yet. There were no rules.
There are no rules, so right or left, tell me.
Wasn't decided.
I didn't say whether decided or not decided. I said which of the two lanes you have to drive. The right?
Either of the two.
Either to mean you can drive in any ways, right?
Yes.
No line.
Huh?
There's no line here. If there is just few cars, there are no lines present.
Of course there are lanes. Of course there are lanes,
First car will go anywhere.
Huh?
First car will go anywhere.
First car will go or can go anyway.
Can go anywhere.
Yes, don't say will go. Even today people go anywhere. Right? Can go anywhere. You're getting it? Which means that if you said, no, drive to the left, are you crazy? Right? So, there's no rules, regulations. And then what happened? How these lane regulations came into being, rules, regulations came. How did it come? More and more cars come. Then some ambulance car come, and then it can go further. All the cars get stuck, jammed there. You're getting it? And then the emergency cases happen, and couldn't be resolved. Then the issue was brought to the government, right? And the government will have to do something. So I cannot decide, I cannot think of anything. We will call the experts. We'll call the think tank people, the experts. Then brought the experts, and what should we do? We have to do something. Then there's the only thing that we can do is we have to create a rule. You're getting it? So, but which rule? Right or left? Right? No, go for something. Right? To say always right to the left, always right to the right. Say something and let's fix on this. Let's fix on this. So this is just what? Purely convention. You're getting it? Okay, what is this? Wow, that's amazing. Peace, you're getting it? Peace. Or victory, peace. You're getting it? Peace. Some people say, what is this finger? 2 fingers, right? This is 2, or this finger. Right? That's also right. Yeah. So, when I say, what is this? Peace. Okay, let's say, now, 3 pieces. More peace. And more peace. Even more peace. No. So why? This is peace, and why not this is peace? If this is peace, there should be then 2 sets of peace. Why not?
Convention again.
Again, it's pure convention. You getting it? Particularly the young, those who are beginners, you have to take these very seriously. You're getting it? This is how convention makes the whole world. There's nothing more to the convention. You're getting it? If you ask the next question, if this is 2 piece, is this piece? Then this is, with 2 fingers is piece, 4 fingers should be 2 piece. Right? You will say, no. If somebody says like this is not peace, it's four. If you do like this is peace. Why this is peace and why this is not two pieces? Right? What's the answer? Hey, the younger ones, what's your answer? This is peace, and now with four fingers it should be two pieces. This is one piece, two pieces. Why not? Younger ones, look, think. And if you feel something uncomfortable inside, uncomfortable meaning uneasy inside, yes, that's very true, it makes sense, I cannot give the answer. How many feel that sense? I cannot give the answer, yes, that's very true, there's something there, I cannot give the answer. Makes sense? If you, some kind of unease is coming in you, this is so precious. And your mind will never stay in this, like the suspense or confusion. You want to explore more. Exploring more, you go deeper, deeper, deeper. Come to know that more, closer you go towards the water disappears. Closer you go towards the flowers, the flower disappears. You're getting it? Come to know that form is empty, which the Buddha taught 2,500 years ago, is so valid, is so true. You're getting it? Today, quantum mechanics talks about how nothing's really there, observed. Observed things is observed. Things is observed, an observer. Independent of the observer, observed makes no sense. You getting it? Oops. Wow. Thank you, Angela. And Tapara, thank you. Okay. Independent of the observer, observed makes no sense. Observed means object. Observer means a subject. You getting it? This quantum mechanics. So, and once a brilliant Indian quantum physicist, Professor Ramanujan again, I think, Professor Ramanujan, I think so. Raja Ramanan, yes. Professor Raja Ramanan. Once he was attending His Holiness the public address, and His Holiness briefly, talked on the emptiness concept. And after the teaching, Professor Raja Ramanan approached His Holiness and said that, wow, this is amazing. This is quantum mechanics. What he taught is quantum mechanics. So which the scientists, today's scientists, modern scientists, discovered only within the span of 100 years. It was already taught by the Buddha, Aranagarjuna, 2,500 years ago. That's amazing. So, and this is something, if you feel a little bit of uneasiness there, yes, that's true. That's true. So where, say who decided this lane system? And then so when you inquire these, is convention. What is convention? Nothing from the object, is all coming from your subject. And a little bit of unease is coming in you, unease, not settled, that's coming in you. This is very precious, because quantum mechanics is also described like a similar experience. One of the fathers of quantum physicists, Niels Bohr, what he said is that if you study quantum mechanics and if you're not shocked by it, you have not understood it yet. If you're not shocked, if somebody explains quantum mechanics to you and then you feel like shocking, you don't really, wow, this, I can't believe that. Perhaps a great disturbance in your mind, or uneasiness in your mind, confusion in your mind, shocking experience. If you don't get this experience, you are yet to understand the quantum mechanics yet. This is what he said. So similarly, this wisdom of emptiness, that objective, there's nothing there, is all the pure convention. You're getting it? Okay. This is so precious. We have to think more about these. And then when you come to gradual sense that, things are all coming from your mind. The flower, you go deeper, you just see the atoms. There's no flower there. And from distance, from the aeroplane, you see on the coastal area, you see the water, whitish lines. What are these whitish lines? These are waves. You go closer towards the wave, you don't see whitish. From distance, you see whitish. Where is this thing? Some way it is, my mind is creating it. And then uneasiness will come to you initially. A tinge of fear can also come to you. When that happens, you are very fortunate. You are going in the proper direction. You are going towards, say, the understanding of the reality. Once you unfold the reality, then the deceptive mind, self-grasping ignorance will be undermined, will become less and less strong. And then once that becomes weaker, then all the offshoots will automatically calm down. Meaning that your agitation, your anger, and so forth will calm down. And on the contrary, about compassion, compassion increases rather than compassion decreasing because of understanding emptiness. Okay. Now, to go to what exactly is emptiness. For this, we have to study, since we don't have much time, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, two more days. Okay. So, we have to now jump to the point. What exactly is emptiness? How can I get there? For this, there's what is known as the reasoning. The reasoning of 4 essentials to establish emptiness. The reasoning of 4 essentials to establish emptiness. Okay. First, we have to enumerate what these the 4 essentials are. Number 1, essential of identifying the object of the negation. Essential of identifying the object of negation. Number 1. Essential of identifying the object of negation. Number 2, essential of understanding the emptiness of the objects being intrinsically one with its parts. Let me repeat it. Essential of understanding the emptiness of the objects being intrinsically one with its parts. Essential of understanding the emptiness of the objects being intrinsically one with its parts. Number 3, essential of understanding the emptiness of the objects being intrinsically different from its parts. 1, different. Let me repeat it. Essential of understanding the emptiness of the objects being intrinsically different from its parts. Finally, essential of understanding the perversion. Essential of understanding the perversion that anything which is empty of being intrinsically one with its parts and intrinsically different from its parts entails the emptiness of objective existence of the object. Okay, let me repeat it. Essential understanding the perversion that anything which is empty of intrinsically being one with its parts, anything which is empty of being intrinsically one with its parts and intrinsically different from its parts. Let me repeat it. Essential understanding the perversion that anything which is empty of being intrinsically one with its parts and intrinsically different from its parts entails, E-N-T-A-I-L-S, entails the emptiness of objective existence of the object. Let me repeat it.
Acoustic is very bad. So
Okay, let me repeat it. Can you hear me better now? Better?
That's much better now.
Okay, let me repeat it. Essential of understanding the perversion, P-E-R-V-A-S-I-O-N, the perversion that anything which is empty of being one with the parts and different from its parts. Okay, sorry. The provision that anything which is empty of being intrinsically one with its parts and intrinsically different from its parts entails the emptiness of objective existence of the object. All got? You all got? Shall I repeat? Not repeat? No repetition required? No. Okay, let me repeat. What is the first? Essential for identifying the object of negation. Number 2, essential for identifying essential for understanding the emptiness of the objects being intrinsically one with its parts. Number 3, essential for understanding the emptiness of the objects being intrinsically different from its parts. And then finally, essential understanding the pervasion that anything which is intrinsically one, anything which is empty of being intrinsically one and intrinsically different from its parts, entails the emptiness of objective existence of the object. You getting it? Good. Okay. I know. Okay. Okay, so let's go one by one. Let's go through these one by one. Okay, what is number 1? Essential for identifying the object of negation. Okay. Okay. Essential for identifying the object of negation. First, what do you mean by object of negation is the question. You getting it? What do you mean by object of negation? To negate means to reject, refute, reject. Let's say that I don't have coffee. When I say I don't take coffee, what is rejected? Coffee is rejected. Oh, I don't have a mobile. I don't have a mobile in my pocket. I don't have a mobile in my pocket. What is negated? Mobile in my pocket is negated, right? Mobile in my pocket is negated. So, what is object negation? Mobile in my pocket is object negation. That is to be negated. You say, I don't have. Okay. This flower is not a chocolate. What is negated? Object negation. This flower being a chocolate is the object negation. You're getting it? Okay. This flower is not permanent. What is negated? What is object negation? This flower being permanent is object negation. This flower is not objectively real. What is object negation? The flower being objectively existent is a object negation. You getting it? So when you say emptiness, emptiness means not. Emptiness of objective existence, meaning it is not objectively existent. Not. So when you say not, you are rejecting something. You are negating something. So what is negated is known as object negation. So let's say this flower is empty of objective existence. What is object negation? Hey. This flower is empty of objective existence. What is the object negation? The flower being objectively existent is the object negation. Okay, let's all say this again. What is the object negation of this? The flower is empty of objective existence. What's the object negation? The flower being objectively existent is the object negation. Very good. Now, don't forget what you said. What's the object negation of? The flower is empty of objective existence. When I said it, this equals to saying emptiness of the flower. You getting it? Flower is empty of objective existence. In short, we can say emptiness of flower. Emptiness of flower. What's the object negation? Emptiness of flower. What's the object negation? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Somebody would like to say this? Raise your hands. What's the object negation of the emptiness of flower? Anyone? Raise hands. Yes, over there.
Flower is existent as objective existence of flower.
Objective existence of flower is object negation of the emptiness of the flower. Very good. Okay, what's object negation of emptiness of yourself, emptiness of the person, or emptiness of Tenzin? What's the object negation of emptiness of Tenzin? Here?
The Tenzin as a person is the object of
Emptiness of Tenzin. What's the object negation of the Ningje? Ningjila? Okay, did you hear what Ningjila said? What did he say? Tenzin being objectively real or objectively existent, this is object negation of the emptiness of Tenzin. You getting it? Okay, the Ornella. What is the object negation of emptiness of Ornella?
Ornella being objectively existent.
How many agree with Ornella? Raise hands. Wow, everybody agrees with Ornella. Thank you. Okay, so now we say, if I don't specify anything, I just say emptiness. What's the object negation of emptiness?
emptiness being objective.
Just objective existence. Emptiness means emptiness of objective existence. So objective existence negated. You got it? So what is the object negation? Emptiness of emptiness. Then you can say objective existence of the emptiness. You getting it? Otherwise, just emptiness. What is the object negation of emptiness? Hey, what's the object negation of emptiness? Objective existence. You getting it? Objective existence. As simple as that. My next question. What do you mean by objective existence? This is the second question. You getting it? The first question is, what was the first question? What's the objective negation of emptiness? What's your answer? Objective existence. Second question. What's the second question?
What is objective existence?
What does it mean by objective existence? Quick, anyone? Raise hands. Just raise hands. Who have some idea about objective existence as to what it means? You have some idea? Raise hands. All those who have some idea of what objective existence is, raise hands. All those who have some idea. Raise hands. Raise hands. Raise hands. All those who have some idea about what objective existence, and I would not ask you to say, don't worry. Raise hands, raise hands. Some idea about. Okay, good. Okay. Now, is there anybody who likes to share with us what do you understand by objective existence? Raise hands. Raise hands. Raise hands. Yes, better now.
Something existing only from the side of the object.
Something existing from the side of the object. Here is
anything which can be perceived by any subject, objective existence.
which means the flower exists flower exists objectively. Flower exists subjectively, not flower exists objectively. Does it exist objectively? After listening to Ramayan's story, right? Who's Ram? Don't ask this, right? Okay, a flower, does it exist objectively or not? Nothing exists objectively. We are getting it? But the flower is perceived by the subject. So what is perceived by the subject should not be seen as objective. If it is so, then the flower being perceived by the subject should also be objectively real. Anyone else? Yes.
Thing exists from its own side.
Something exists from its own. Okay, listen, this is very important. I have my own point of view. I can give my answer, but there are many people giving the answers. If there are 10 giving answers, you get 10 different answers. You're getting it? There are 10 different ways of presenting it. You become so rich in your presentation.
So thing exists from its own side.
An object which exists from its own side, like the flower exists from its own side, not from this subject, anyone else.
It is not mentally imputed.
Something that exists but not mentally imputed, which means that from there, not from the mind. Very good. Anyone else?
Means something, objective existence means something which exists within substance. Like you should have told about
cup in my hand. It objectively exists, but that's what I mean. Like,
Okay, so they say something existing from the substance. Okay, which when the substance is rejected, then you realize emptiness. No substance, empty of substance, emptiness. This is what it's saying. So what about let's say the space, non-composite space? You see there is no substance. Absence of clock on my hand, in my hand, there is no substance. Do you see the absence of the absence of the clock? If you see, you will not come to my class.
What is meant by objective existence? I see if it is objective existence, there is other side of it. There is also something else.
Meaning?
It is from the object. It is from the object side. Means there is nothing from the object side, and there must be some. There must be something from something else.
No, the point is we're not talking about once objective existence is rejected, then what is left? Subjectivity is left. This is the next point. So the question is, what do you mean by the
Objectivity.
The sun came out. Casting light.
Okay. I don't have Ruru in my pocket. I don't have Ruru in my pocket. Do you agree or not agree? Okay, listen well. I don't have Ruru in my pocket. Do you agree or not agree? Huh?
What's Ruru?
No, I didn't ask you to ask me a question. My question to you is whether you agree or not agree. I don't have Ruru in my pocket. Huh? You agree? What do you think? What makes you agree?
well, I'm not sure you have pockets.
So you don't agree. If you're not sure about my DP, whether I have a pocket, then I can agree with you. Okay, in other words, what I'm saying is that to say yes, what you said is true. There's no Ruru in your pocket. You have to know what Ruru is. You're getting it? Without knowing what Ruru is, you cannot say whether I have the Ruru in my pocket or not. You cannot say at all. If you guess, it becomes like a blind faith guess. This will never take you anywhere. Likewise, to say that the flower doesn't exist objectively, flowers are empty of objective existence. If you don't know what objective existence is very precisely, you cannot say that flowers are empty of objective existence. So if you say objective existence means substance existence. So absence of the clock in my hand, we said that it does not have substance. You getting it? So you reject the substance, the substantiality of the absence of the clock in my hand. So do you mean to say that you understood the emptiness of the absence of the clock in my hand? No, emptiness of the emptiness. Any emptiness is very subtle that the people like me, we cannot really realize it yet. And particularly the attendees, if you realize it, for sure you will not come to this class. Okay, so what do you understand by objective existence? Raise hands. Here.
Where the subject doesn't have any role to play.
The object flower exists where the subject does not have any role to play. Whether the mind is there, not there, it doesn't make any effect. The object always from its own side. Very good, present, very good. Yes, Jimala?
We do the analysis conventionally and we come to the conclusion that it is the ultimate truth. We do the conventional analysis, we look at it from the outside, we do not go through the depth and see that object as real conventionally. That is how I think is the objective existence.
Okay, so objective, not objective, decided by what? Conventional analysis, ultimate analysis? Huh? Wow.
We are seeing the things as objective reality.
Yes. No, this is a conventional people, conventional world, right? Now when we go to the mind, which of the two minds plays with objectivity or not objectivity? Which of the mind talks about the conventional truth, like the flower, not flower, and so forth? Which of the mind? Which is true analysis? Conventional analysis. The flower is objectively, not objectively. Which of the mind goes into the ultimate analysis? We're getting it? So the objective, not objective, this is all discussed by the ultimate analysis. Conventional, not conventional, this is discussed by the conventional analysis. Good. Any more ideas? Yes. What is objective existence? It is intrinsic nature of the object. Intrinsic. That something exists intrinsically. That is the meaning of objective existence. Very good. Intrinsic. Intrinsic is a connotation. Something comes from within itself. Intrinsic. From within itself. Inherent existence. Something which exists inherently. Nothing to do with your mind. Inherently. Any more thoughts? Something which depends on others. Very good.
No, same.
Same.
Independent existence.
Oh, yes. Okay. Something which, the objective existence is something which independently exists. Very good.
Which is separate from us. Is separate.
Am I separate from you or not? Yes. So am I objectively existent? Yes. Wow. So, please be compassionate towards me. The last 3 years I've been focusing, there's nothing exists objectively, nothing exists objectively. And finally you are saying that yes, you exist objectively.
Is it objective existence?
Same, this is what I'm saying. So, there's nothing objectively existent. And you are saying yes, you are objectively existent. Anyone else? Okay, Angela.
Independent, partless, impermanent.
Okay, something, what is objective existence? Something which is partless, something which is independent, partless and independent.
Permanent.
And permanent. Okay, good. Many voices, yes.
Something which exists without mental designation, without the label.
Something which exists without your mental labeling it. Your mind has no role to play. Labeling, designation, no role to play, and still it exists. Very good. Anyone else?
Maybe something like mathematics, which would exist objectively?
That's a good question. Say the mathematics, what your mind says, it doesn't matter. 2 plus 3 is always 5. Wherever you go, planet Earth, Mars, wherever you go, 2 plus 3 is objectively is always there as the 2 plus 3 equals 5. So this is objective existence. Okay. Don't forget it. Your name?
Ryan.
What Ryan said is very interesting topic. You're getting it? What we reject is there's nothing existing objectively. Now Ryan has found something which is objectively existent. Mathematics, the efficacy of the mathematics. 2 plus 3 equals 5. It will never be 2 equals 5-ish. It's always 5. 2 plus 3 equals 5, objectively. Whether your mind says 6, 10, it doesn't matter. It is 5. It's never 5-ish. objective. You're getting it? This is a very serious question. You're getting it? Okay. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 3, is this 5? No. 2, 5? No. So where is this? This 5 came from where? By dependence on 2 and plus, not just 2 and 3. 2 and 3 can be 2 minus 3, can be minus 1. Right? It should be plus. So dependence on 2 plus 3, then the 5 originated. Dependent origination. There's no independent origination. Dependent. What is dependent is not objective. Good. Any more thoughts? Any more thoughts? New hands coming up here. Jordan Nilsa.
Is there, can we say an object that can withstand its existence after being subjected to ultimate analysis?
Very professional answer. An object, say my ultimate analysis, say, okay, but group A, group B, group A is the conventional analysis, group B is ultimate conventional analysis, group B is ultimate analysis. Say this flower is subjected to group B's analysis, ultimate analysis. Subjecting the flower to ultimate analysis, what will the group B see? What will the group B see? Will see the flower or not?
No.
No, which means the flower cannot withstand. Flower disappears in the eyes of the ultimate analysis. What is objective existence? It is something which can withstand in the eyes of the ultimate analysis. You subject flower ultimate analysis, still the flower stands as flower, then the flower exists objectively. This is meaning of objective existence. This is another way of presenting. Thank you. Very good. Okay. So we have any new hands? Prabhasinla.
A phenomena which exists truly, like a movie on the screen, which create a distance.
Okay, the phenomenon which exists truly. Movie on the screen doesn't exist truly. It appears, it is deceptive. On the screen there's nothing really there. It's all coming from the projector. But something which exists truly, this is the meaning of objective existence. Very good.
Independent existence of our perception.
Say it again.
Independent existence of our
Something which exists independent of our perception. Very good. Very much related to what we said. Something which exists independently. Our perception has no role to play. Whether you perceive this, that, whatever, it doesn't matter. There is something there from the object. That is the objective existence. Very good. Thank you. Here.
Anything that exists beyond the mind, this flower can be subjectively exist, but within the mind. But if anything which accepts any distance or distinct
from the subject. So while the flower exists by the power of your mind, but if it does exist beyond the mental projection or whatever, beyond more than what the mind does, if the flower exists as more than what the mind does, this is known as the objective existence. Very good. Okay, I'm very happy that the various points of view came were all merged to the same point, the understanding of objective existence. This is so important. Okay. In the big monastic universities, why the scholars from generally speaking, is not always the case, generally speaking, a smaller monastic university and a big, huge monastic university with thousands of scholars, and a smaller monastic university which is about like 20, 30 scholars. So there, if they meet for debate competition, we see the one from the bigger monastic universities, it always outshines. Why? Because they get the opportunity to hear many points of view. From the 20 scholars, only 20 views. Whereas for thousands, you get thousands of views, and then your mind can process it. It becomes so refined. This is the benefit. So here, sharing the views rather than me just unilateral talking about it and then finish chapter 1, chapter 18, chapter 24, finish, right? You get nothing. So this exchange, interaction is very helpful. And you are sharing, you are thinking, so precious. Okay. So what we said is that, what we're talking, we are the first essential for identifying the object of negation. So what is object of negation and emptiness now? Quick. Objective existence. Very good. What do you mean by objective existence? Something which exists intrinsically, something which exists independent of your mind. You're getting it? Okay, in this connection, few thoughts came like the substantial existence, right? Objective existence means substantial existence. Or objective existence means something which exists independent, permanent, and partless. Okay, so these things I have to address this. This is very important. Before we go further, substance, I mentioned it already. So when you say the object of negation should be such, when you identify object of negation, it should be such that you reject object of negation, you have to realize emptiness. Simultaneously, you have to realize emptiness. This should be the criteria for something to be the object of negation. Let me repeat it. Object of negation should be that concept, rejection of which simultaneously gives you the understanding of emptiness. Object of negation should be that concept, the rejection of which simultaneously gives rise to your realization of emptiness. Simultaneously, realization of emptiness should happen. The moment you reject it. If this doesn't happen, then there is no object of negation. Okay. In this connection, the substance. Substance as the meaning of objective existence. When you reject the substance, do you realize emptiness or not? You do not realize emptiness simultaneously. So therefore, substance is not the meaning of objective existence. It is not the object of negation. Then the other one is what? Permanent, partless, and independent. So for this, we need to understand dependent origination on 3 levels. Dependent origination on 3 levels. 3 levels of dependent origination. Number 1, dependent origination of the results, dependence on the causes. Dependent origination of the results, dependence on the causes. Number 2, dependent origination of the wholes, dependence on parts. The whole and the parts. Dependent origination of the wholes, dependence on the parts. Number 2. Number 3, dependent origination, dependence on mere mental designation. Dependent origination, dependence on the results, dependence on the causes. Number 1. Dependent origination of the wholes, dependence on the parts. Number 2. Number 3, dependent origination, dependence on mere mental designation. Mental projection, mental designation, mental imputation, they all mean the same. Done? Good. Now what is the first one? So these 3 levels of dependent origination, the first one is the grossest. If you understand the first level, it does not entail you to understand emptiness. It does not entail you to understand emptiness of the... In fact, the first one is understood by all the Buddhist schools. Emptiness that we are talking about is understood only by the Prasangika. You're getting it? That we are talking about. We are talking about emptiness in relation to the Prasangika philosophy. So the first level of dependent origination is understood by all the Buddhist schools, which means it's very gross. If you understand it, it does not entail you to understand emptiness, number 1. Number 2, likewise, it is the second grossest. When are we entitled to have understood emptiness? It's only when we understand the third level of dependent origination. Third level. So the first one was dependence on results depends on the causes. Results depends on the causes. Results dependent on causes means impermanence. You change. Change. What is the opposite of change? What is the opposite of impermanence? Permanent. So even if you reject, by understanding the first level of dependent origination, you reject permanence. When you reject permanence, still you are yet to understand emptiness, because it's just the first level of dependent origination, not the third level. You're getting it? So therefore, say the permanent, partless, and independent combined together does not entail the meaning of objective existence. It's very gross. It's very gross. That objective existence, understanding of that should be such that when you reject it, instantly, simultaneously, you should get emptiness. Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhisvatyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasangate Bodhisvatyata